We had to start with that, didn't we?
Welcome to. Well, I hope it feels better, Andrew.
So much.
Excuse me.
I don't know what's going on, but oh, really? An encore? I found it.
I'm glad you showed the whoopee cushion so that people knew it was a whoopee cushion.
Look, I'd own it if I did it. Trust me. Welcome to my weekly meltdowns coverage of the Traitors U.S. Season 2. I'm your host, Allison S. Kelly. And with me, as always, is Tyler and Andrew and Jackie. And just so happy to be here. I rushed back from holding my 3-day-old grandson. And apparently there's a 4-alarm fire.
Both ends.
There's a 4-alarm fire going off in the reality in our chat that I'm not aware of. And I open it up and I'm like, Nicolas Cage is gonna play Spider-Man? No. What? No. And then, and my son's like, yeah, you act like this is the first time this has ever happened, Mom. He has voiced Spider-Man Noir twice in the animated films. So,
oh, I didn't know that.
What's the big
I haven't
deal?
seen the animated films.
He's like, you're such an old woman. The ink is not dry on the will. That's all I'm going to say. So he needs to calm down.
Since I'm the one that broke the news, you can change the name.
To what?
From his name to my name on the will. It was
true. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to figure it out. Now everybody's going to be all up in my man's grill.
Yes.
Because I've been a Nicolas Cage fan since I was 11 years old. And now everybody's going to be riding this train.
Wait, but when you say my man, like, do you find Nicolas Cage attractive and or an actual good actor?
No, I don't. When I say my man, like
he's a good actor.
I don't mean it like that. Why does it sound romantic? Because I don't mean it that way.
Yes, it does. It sounded a little romantic, and I was questioning your taste.
That's just my dude. It's my man.
Can I ask a follow-up question, Allison?
Yes.
What Nicolas Cage film did it for you?
Peggy Sue Got Married.
Okay.
I remember seeing that for the first time, and the way. Okay, I'll just tell you like this: when I was 9 years old, I was a critic. I was already a critic. I was already critiquing acting. I was already.
It started at 9. I would have thought like from the womb.
Oh yeah, it's always been there. But the way,
Mama, you didn't push hard enough.
The way, if you've ever seen Peggy Sue Got Married from 1986 with Kathleen Turner and Nicolas Cage, Jim Carrey, one of his first films, Nicolas Cage, he talks like he's stopped up during the whole movie. And he has to commit to this character, okay? Sounding like he's got a major sinus infection. And then you have, it was between that and Moonstruck. Because Moonstruck is just an amazing movie, and he has to deliver a speech with a wooden hand. He lost his hand, and he wears a wooden hand during the whole movie. It's great. It's great. Ate a cockroach in Vampire's Kiss. I mean, it's endless. I could do this all day.
How do you think he would do on the Traitors?
I think he would be.
Does he have a wooden hand on the Traitors?
No, he doesn't have the wooden hand on the Traitors. But I don't know how he would do on the Traitors. I think they would get rid of him, considering he's an Academy Award winner actor. You don't want him around. Because he could be a traitor.
I didn't know he was an Academy Award winner.
Jesus, he won for leaving Las Vegas in 1996. The 1996 or 95, I can't remember, one or the other, because now I'm frazzled by that statement.
In my mind, like, I just picture him as more as like a meme actor than like an award-winning actor. Does that make sense?
This guy
on air,
an alcoholic drinking himself to death. And spends all his money in Las Vegas. He shacks up with Elizabeth Shue, who's a prostitute. It's a great movie. It's disturbing.
So
It's a great movie.
So transitioning away from Nicolas Cage for a second, I've
Thank you,
gone
Andrew.
down. I can't say mine's much better.
No.
I've gone down a podcast rabbit hole I can't get out of.
Then it led you here, and there goes my gosh damn headphones. What are you doing, JoJo?
Has anyone ever experienced or watched what is Kill Tony?
No.
What is
Oh my
Kill
gosh.
Tony? Is that the title?
It's the name of the podcast. So it is a live podcast that films every Monday. It's happened for like 10 years.
And it's called Kill Tony?
It's called Kill Tony.
Okay.
And Tony is the main comedian, and he's this really big name comedian, supposedly. But basically what happens is he brings on other famous comedians onto a panel. He's had Roseanne Barr, Ron White, and then he brings on some celebrities like Post Malone and Joe Rogan. And they sit in this panel, and these people come to Austin, Texas, and they throw their name in the hat. And when they throw their name in the hat, you sit in a bar over here, and if they draw your name out of the hat, you get 60 seconds uninterrupted stand-up comedy, go. And then the panel interviews them, roasts them, and gives them tips on how their comedy went. Girl, there is one episode, this lady's on there talking about how she stormed the Capitol on January 6th, and she was the insurrection. And then you've got this one girl that's all dressed up, but then you have some really funny, humorous people. And mixed in with these random people that show up every week, he has his faithfuls that open the show and come in about halfway through and give some great stand-up. And if they give a really crappy show one week, he makes somebody else challenge them the next
Okay, he froze.
week for their opening spot on his show every week. But what's really cool about it is there's another comedian that is an agent, I guess, and he has this venue, and you could be sitting up there, and if you do really good, he'll book you for a secret show on Thursday, paid gig with a live audience. So they've created a lot of opportunities for these people. Guys, they're 2-hour episodes, and I'm not lying. I've probably watched 40 of them since Wednesday, Thursday.
Wow.
And I've never laughed so hard in my entire life. Now, what I'll do is I'll watch them on my phone where I can go 2 times speed at certain points and try to speed those episodes up. But Kill Tony, I've never laughed so hard in my entire life.
I'm writing it down.
I just looked it up. This is great. There are some really great people. The fact that you've seen 40 of them, I think you need another baby, Andrew. But I'm down to watch a whole bunch of these too.
Yeah, so I know we're here for Traitors, but I had to tell you the Kill Tony rabbit hole that I've gone down this week. It's if you like stand-up comedy and you just like that American Idol kind of ripping into people like old Simon Cowell, but where he can drop the F-bomb if he wants to and call someone racist if he wants to. It's gold.
Dark humor,
All right?
Because I see Joe Rogan.
There's dark humor, there's light humor, there's
cool.
Jackie B, you will love it.
I'm looking at the names and I'm like, I'm ready.
I've got it written down. I'm going to check it out. Do you want to know about the rabbit hole I've been down this week?
I can't wait.
Episode 7 and 8 of the Traitors. Lackluster, not exciting, and underusage of Dr. Will Kirby.
Okay, let's have the Dr. Will conversation first and foremost. I think that's a great place to start, Allison.
Well, hold on. We can't start in episode 8 before we go to episode 7.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Somebody do episode 7 real quick because
episode 7, no one was eliminated and they basically passed fire. Okay, Dr. Will Kirby.
No. Okay, there's a few important things. I understand it was a non-elimination round, but there was a few things that happened amongst the Traitors and stuff like that I wanted to touch on a little bit.
Okay.
And the faithfuls.
Yeah. Well, I mean the cast as a whole. That's what I mean. So of course, we started with Parvati wanting to recruit Peter. I wanted to hear from Andrew and Jackie as our Traitors pros. Of course, Allison, I want to hear from you always too. But
it's too late. There's no backpedaling.
I knew as soon as I said that, it would be taken the wrong way. No, but I want to hear from you guys. Like, did we think that Parvati should have gone for Peter for the recruitment? Because it seemed like it was totally Parvati's idea, and Phaedra's just like, if that's what you want to do, you go for it, Bill. Phaedra's very much so in the back seat, and Parvati was like the one making the decisions like during that round. So I want to hear, like, do you guys think that Peter was the right call?
Hell no.
No.
And actually, well, yes, because I want Parvati to go. That was the whole reason why I was like, I want Sandra to be murdered, because I'm ready. I'm done with Parvati. I don't want Parvati as a traitor anymore. And I think that it was really smart of Parvati, so that way she could have a target on her back. Because I thought that I immediately knew that Peter wasn't going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm Peter, right, if I'm like, okay, I'm getting this recruitment. No, I'm not going to take it. Now I'm going to go back. And I know for a fact that I will be able to grab my little minions and be like, y'all, I was the one that was recruited. That's why no one died. I said no. I know for a fact it's Parvati. And that's exactly what happened. I'm proud of Peter. Peter is my... Are you mad with Peter, Andrew? You don't like Peter?
No, okay. I think Peter makes this amazing move, right? Like 3 episodes back, he makes this amazing move. Peter gets the recruitment, and then I feel like Peter mishandles all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think holding on to that information and not coming out and being really sneaky with
at
that,
breakfast,
that was a bad call. The little pull Phaedra and Parvati into the armory and have this little conversation that was so cringe and awkward, like, bad call. Like, people start looking at Peter, and I truly think it's warranted, because I think some of his behavior is very sketch in that regards, right? Like, I don't feel like he should admit it out loud, or I feel like he should have either admitted it out loud,
right
hey,
away.
I got recruited, clear my name, it's obvious, you're clear. What's the point of only telling this little alliance that's already got you in the hot seat in the first place, because it's just the 5 of you hanging out, and then you like, I hear my name, so I'm going to play defensive and pull Parvati and Phaedra. I don't think Phaedra handled that situation very well either, when she's just like, oh, no, I'm going to walk out on this. Like, that whole
really?
thing
I
was...
thought that was good. She was able to use it later, because she was like, however y'all were colluding, I'm gone. And it was able to protect her later once Peter tried to bring that up, or, I think it protected her.
I think the only secrets that should be kept in the game of the traitors is if you're a traitor or not. And I think holding any kind of information to use later is almost like I'm using it defensively, so when the target's on me, I can throw it onto somebody else. And to me, that reads traitor. Because if you're truly hunting a traitor, you want that information to come out immediately so we can try to find the traitors and eliminate them from the game. So at this point where it's all this, now, and Phaedra's like, that's her thing this season. And I think it's what's going to get her in the end is
the defense.
The defense. She holds everything to her card until she's attacked, and that's when she makes these bold statements. And she's so good with her words, but to me, that's a traitor read in the aspect of you're only really like pointing at people when people are pointing at you.
That's a housewife tactic too. In general, that's just how I'm on season 13 of Housewives of Atlanta, and that's just how they do in general. And when they sit down with Andy at the end of the season for their reunion, it's just, I'll come for you if you come for me, but if not, then I'm gonna sit here like a Georgia peach and be quiet.
I think Phaedra let this is my Parvati my Parvati headband.
Love it.
For tonight, because but I think that Phaedra let Parvati kind of run that with Peter, so she could get rid of Parvati, because I think she's over it. That's how I felt. I was like, that Phaedra's not just going to back off and without a strategy behind it.
Yeah. And I think the bigger Peter fumble, Andrew, was like the whole like
Peter.
Is that a phrase? Is that an expression? I don't know.
She's trying to make a comment towards a Peter.
Gotcha. No, I didn't like that he was like not letting Phaedra and then like not letting MJ in the room. Like he's like really giving like the other side of the house like a reason to coalesce, not only around like that group of 5, but like for Peter specifically. I was glad though that it gave us this iconic moment. That's like a meme.
Oh
all over
my
the
Oh,
internet.
God.
Jesus. I thought she was naked and had tattoos. I didn't realize that was a shirt.
Yes, that's one of them like Brett Michael Rock of Love type tattoo shirts from the
Yes.
early
That is
2000s.
the.
She thought she was going for Rock of Love season 3.
I had those
I didn't
jeans
get-
in 1997.
I didn't get a chance to take a picture of it or screenshot it to anybody, but did anyone also notice that Sandra's shirt matched the pillow on the tapestry on the couch like almost exactly? I was like, that's ugly.
Interesting.
Where did she get that from?
Weird. Yeah, it is weird to see these survivors in like normal people clothes rather than like rags on an island. You know, like I'm still not used to it. But no, go ahead, Andrew.
I can't tell if Sandra knows what she's doing or she's just getting really, really lucky. Like I
I mean, it's
Okay.
Sandra.
I am all in on Sandra Andrews. So like I don't know if you guys saw, but like after this episode, Sandra posted that picture of like her doing the whole like pool table like a strategy session to like all of her people. So I want to read what she said because like it perfectly explains like what Sandra's like thinking in this moment, and it gives me a lot more faith that like she's going to be the winner at the end of this thing. So she said, I want to make something very clear. During that strategy session, I also made it clear that hopefully the traitors were in our group so that they could murder each and every one of the so-called most faithful of the faithful, therefore allowing the faithful in the leftovers to get to the end of the game. Self-preservation and endgame strategy is what a lot of people don't seem to understand. And faithfuls also have to go just like the traitors. We all can't get to the end. No one there is oblivious to the fact that Parvati and Phaedra have already been called out several times. That's actually manageable. If new traitors enter the mix, then we have to start back from zero. So Sandra's playing this game and not like trying to take out all of the traitors and have this like weird kind of like we're the good guys, they're the bad guys type of like mentality that Peter has, right? She's saying like, listen, like befriend those traitors that you know for a fact are traitors, because at least you know who they are rather than like getting rid of some traitors and then not knowing who's recruited and then you have no idea who to buddy up to or who you can like throw out names to and stuff.
The devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Exactly. So I loved that insight that she gave. And so I don't know, like it gives me faith that like Sandra knows what she's doing to get to the end of the game. That is the goal. The goal is not to take out all the traitors, right? The goal is to make sure you're the last one standing at the end of this thing.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting Sandra has braces, and then she starts talking, and I'm like, oh, braces.
What an odd choice after you've already been a millionaire twice.
Yes.
Do that a long time ago.
Just veneers. Just pull them out.
Or yeah.
Get
that would have been my first million. That would have been the first time I won.
Jeez, I'd have a brand new face. I'd be a different freaking person. And I'd be taller. I'd find a way to get my bones stretched. Trust me, it'd be happening.
There is surgery for that.
There is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the documentary Dwarfs and Unfairy Tale?
No.
Look it up. There's a girl on the show whose parents have been having her stretched since she was a baby to get her to be at least 4'11". I am 4'11", but I'm not a dwarf or a midget or anything like that. I know that's not. I apologize. I'm just petite, but it is a thing.
It is a thing. Yes. So one more thing about episode 7. I just want to talk about the. No, you're good. You're good. I just want to talk about the safety chain real quick and the drama that came from CT not picking Trishelle.
Oh God. Please.
Did you enjoy that, Allison? I literally heard your voice saying, "Oh, Trishelle, right? Are you upset that you didn't get picked?" And I was like,
every time someone didn't light her on fire, it was like, no, I just had my file in my nails. Just shut up.
It was good. It was good. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight that too. But I don't know. And like CT also is like a man of very few words, especially in this game. Like he always is, but like I feel like in that whole scene where Trishelle's like, I thought we were working on our friendship and you would have been the one that I picked. And I feel like CT didn't say like a single thing back.
You know what gets me about Trishelle is that the bitch has been trying to get a shield since the first episode, like she's some kind of threat, like she's some big mastermind strategic player, and that's why she was cast. Honey, you were a drunk, strung out mess on Las Vegas Real World, and it was just a sequel on the challenge. And your big strategic move is not beer pong. Like I don't know what what you're thinking. Like we are not lining up to get rid of you, Trishelle. Just you're making yourself look really stupid, and then you're crying, going me because I'm danger since day one. You put yourself in danger. You're doing it to yourself. Nobody. Who are you again? I keep forgetting you're fucking here. Sorry.
I do think that the other big thing that we have to talk about as far as the fire ceremony, which again I wasn't a fan of, but
I loved it.
Neither here nor there. I think the big thing to come out of that was the John save on Peter. Like that was big. I mean, the game plays out 100% differently if Peter doesn't get saved. So I feel like that was a big moment as far as game-wise and gameplay that actually came out of that was the John save on Peter. Because again, I think we have a completely different scenario if that doesn't happen.
Are we ready to talk about John with episode 8? Because
Yes, let's get into episode 8 now. Jackie, go for it. Also, Jackie, you just pointed out that the chat for some reason is disabled. So I think Allison said
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I posted something in our Facebook chat that is everything good on YouTube because 0 comments is weird for us.
Yeah.
We are live, right? Hold on a second.
We are live.
We are live because this happened
valid question.
Before.
Yes, valid question. We never forget.
I'm glad we figured that out because again, it's extremely rare we have normally a very chatty group, and so
yes, on air and off air. Jackie, no, take us away for episode 8. I want to hear.
John is my new favorite. I didn't know that I was going to grow to like John so much. I want John to be my faithful at the end. Because people were sleeping on John, and John was very aware. And in John's conversation with Trishelle, he restored all of my faith. And I'm hoping that John just ignores anything that's being told to him about Phaedra, because I think Phaedra can make it. If it's like a John and Phaedra standoff at the end, I'm here for it. It's like a warm hug. I'm here for it. I need it.
Yeah,
I love John.
Yeah, I really like his execution speeches, if that makes any sense. Like they're always so dramatic and over the top. And I was we'll talk more about the roundtable, but I was not expecting him to say all of these things to Parvati, because I feel like him and Parvati have been cute little buddies throughout this whole season, and he just turned around and just he ended her in a way that Russell Hands could never.
Oh my gosh.
The chat should be fixed now.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Fun fact, if you accidentally leave the made for kids box checked.
Oh. We are certainly.
Are we made for kids?
No, we're not. I didn't check the box. And
talking about Joe Rogan shows, I don't think so.
You can't comment on children videos. That's why I should go into children videos. That way no one can comment.
Yeah, if this is only for children, don't watch Kill Tony. Do not watch Kill Tony.
Do not. Don't do it. Don't do it at all.
Peter, I was talking about.
Don't watch Kill Tony.
We just corrupted an entire generation of Gen Alpha or whatever they're called. Sorry, kids. So let's go back to Trishelle, because episode 8 was a lot about her really clocking that yes, we all know Parvati's a traitor, whatever, we'll get her out. It's almost like Parvati was a dead man walking this episode, is how I felt. But she really wanted to make sure that Phaedra was still catching heat, right? And she said I have all this evidence, she's never really that surprised or concerned about murders that are happening. She has this like weird like twitch whenever like she's like lying or whatever. And also like the fact that Dan mentioned Phaedra was a traitor at the round table, that he was banished. Trishelle was like, I think that it was Dan's like last ditch effort to save himself by like giving up another traitor. And I don't want us to forget about that. So I don't know, like as much as we rag on Trishelle, I think she's got this. I think she's got a better grasp of this game than even like Peter.
There's
does.
a few holes like Swiss cheese,
of course,
because she said, "Oh, Phaedra, you're never phased," but Dan actually says she's always over the top. So which is it, Trishelle? Come back. But I do think that she has a couple spots that are okay on the game.
She's been up Parvati's booty from
she has.
It's like, we know Trishelle, okay? Parvati's a traitor. We know. No one's lighting your log.
And now that we're in episode 8, Tyler, you acted like you had something to say. How did you feel of the usage of Dr. Will Kirby?
Okay. Well, first of all, there's some like Big Brother Twitter drama that's happening around Dr. Will's like appearance. Because like Rachel and Janelle have said on Twitter, like he does these like stupid cameos and like stands in like a bathrobe for like 5 minutes, and we're all supposed to like kiss his feet or whatever. But he's like too much of a chicken to like actually play one of these games. And you know, I'm starting to agree with that, especially after seeing how Dan totally flopped in the Traitors. And it makes me think, like, are these like old school legends like not able to keep up with the adaptation of these games? And I feel like Dr.
Big Brother legend.
Yeah, exactly, Jackie.
Challenge.
So like I feel like I've seen Dr. Will in this like cameo host gimmicky I'm holier than thou thing like way too many times. Dr. Will's only response back to Rachel was like correcting her grammar, which I thought was like hilarious, but also like kind of empty. Like it's time for me to like see that he's like an actual good player and we're not just all like misted by him. You know,
can I play devil's advocate?
I'm ready to also, so let's go.
Let me
Let's
just
do it.
real quick.
I'm ready.
Maybe he's kind of pissed off because he's not getting asked to play, and that's why he's coming up in a bathrobe.
I'm sure he's asked.
You make him dress up like Sherlock Holmes for 2 fucking seconds. Literally, hardly in the episode at all. That guy would run circles around Dan and anyone else if he played the Traitors. And I don't even think he would be a traitor.
So then why doesn't he?
He would be a faithful the whole time, and he would stand up and say he's a traitor and lie and tell them to write his name down. And guess what? Nobody would do it.
So then why doesn't he do it?
Because he's got to run his Botox practice.
Andrew.
He's done. He doesn't want to play these games anymore. But if you're going to continue to write him big ass checks to make these 3 to 10 minute appearances and get a free trip to Scotland and act like a dirtbag, tell me you wouldn't do it, right? I'm not going to commit to a long-term game because I'm done. I've got nothing more to prove. I'm fine with what I've got. I'm good with my legacy. You can say I'm scared. I don't care. I'm old. I'm making money off the Botox, but I still really like money. So if you're going to pay me to go do these things for 3 days or 2 days and I'm going to get this big trip to Scotland, why not?
I think it's an opportunity for, especially after this season now, like that Dan flopped so hard. I think this is his opportunity to get in there and like say like, listen, I'm like way better, because like there's always this like Dan versus Will debate and like Derek like a very distant third. But now that Dan has like flopped on the Traitors, this is Dr. Will's perfect opportunity to say like, listen, I am the best of the best. I'm going to be on Traitors season 3. And like Allison said, I'm going to tell everybody at the round table, vote me as a traitor and see what happens. I could totally see him doing something like that, but I'm just ready to like put up or shut up. Like I'm tired of these like cameo appearances. And also I'm disappointed that like the production like waited long enough that like Dan and Janelle were out of the game. Like they robbed us of like an awesome Big Brother reunion, right? Like Dan and Janelle haven't been, or no, Will and Janelle haven't been together since Big Brother All Stars. Like that would have been such a crazy reunion, right? And it would have been cool to see Dan like and Will kind of like sizing each other up as these like legends of Big Brother. I don't know. I left that cameo feeling a little disappointed. Like I wanted a little bit more out of it.
Will's not playing because he doesn't feel like that he has someone that is challenging enough for him to play with.
Please.
Let me tell you, Tyler, I agree that the cameo usage was poor, right? I feel there's better ways to use Dr. Will, but again, if they're going to keep cutting him checks to go do this stuff, who wouldn't say yes?
Yeah, no, I guess like I'm kind of blending like two issues that I have. Like the first issue is the cameo itself. The second issue is that I'm now like reconsidering like who are like the actual true greats of Big Brother now that I've seen Dan like flop on the Traitors.
Listen,
for real.
If he's making money on cameos, and then he could go suffer, possibly make money, possibly not make money, possibly ruin his reputation that's currently making him money to do cameos. Why risk it? Like they're still hiring him. He still does the round table every year. He still is the guy next door. Like from a strategic standpoint, because Dr. Will is the most strategic mastermind in the entire world. Why?
Uh-oh.
She's bringing in the fly swatter for what I'm about to say.
Okay,
Dr. Will just...
Right now. I've spoken. I had to get the swatter out. That's how far gone I am in this abyss.
I'm ready.
I forgot what I was going to say. Listen. Yeah, that is how I feel about that. The way she looks is how I feel about what you're saying right now. Dr. Will Kirby ain't going to play the Traitors 2 with Trishelle in the fucking cast. He's like, I am Will Kirby. Who the fuck is... No. You got to think about this. He is royalty. He is
The best
Big
to ever play.
Brother royalty. And if you're going to put him in the Traitors or the Big Brother house again, you better make it worth his time. You better make it people that challenge him. He's not going to want to play an easy game. He's not going to want to. I don't believe it for a second. Not easy at all. I think it's an insult to put him next to someone like Trishelle. But, I mean, it just is.
So then who would he play against, if not Trishelle?
I mean,
who's there for Dr. Will to say, yes, I'm finally going to come back?
First of all, I would bring back Suri for what she did last year.
I think Suri would run circles around Dr. Will.
I think Suri, Dr. Will. I would even bring back the Bachelor dude,
Ari?
I'd bring him back. There was potential there.
Ari did have potential.
There was potential there. We just got to tap into it a little bit more. Well, why are we bringing the chick back from last season? That train wreck. Why are we bringing that back?
Okay, I was with you. I was with you. I was on this train with you. I was there. We were going. It was great.
And now are we bringing her back when there are so many other people from last season that could have been brought back? Was she the only one fucking available? Did she never leave? And that's why they had to save money and do a Groupon, and she got to stay.
I was with you, Allison.
Kate is excellent TV, and that's the reason that she's back.
But I do not want to see her play
She is
again.
the Traitors.
She is the Traitors.
No.
She no, I disagree. And let's get to it. Let's go. I can't wait to see Kate Chastain as a traitor. I cannot
This is gonna be
wait.
awesome. I really want her to accept. I really want her to
she
go.
will. If not,
she has
done.
to.
She goes home.
She has to, or she's murdered, right?
Gary. What the fuck, Gary? Like Gary.
Didn't she turn it down last season?
Did she? I don't know. I don't remember.
No, she wasn't
Andrew,
asked
do you
last
remember?
season. There was only one
Okay.
recruitment, and it was
How far
Ari.
did she make it last season?
pretty far, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, pretty far.
here's the thing, Kate. Accept it. Go for Peter now. Look, a second recruitment, guys. Good. There is no way the Traitors sleep on Peter twice. Go for Peter. Like,
That's what she said.
I cannot wait for
That's
Kate
what
as a
I
Peter.
want too. But look, okay, I'm not shitting on Kate. What I'm saying is I want Kate and Phaedra to work together. I think that's
Mhm.
great. I think bring
Kate's
Peter
already
into
been
it's
defending her.
amazing. But what I'm saying is if you're gonna try to get I don't know where I'm going with this, but
Let me go back though, Allison. I'm excited for Kate as a traitor. That would not have been my recruit.
right. Yeah.
My recruit would have been John.
Dude, I thought the same thing. I thought, why didn't she recruit John? Let's get John, Kate, and Phaedra in there together. Fuck Peter.
Let's
Let him be-
eliminate
Because little
Phaedra and
little
make
Peter
John and
is
Kate
just
the
going to keep
traitors.
turning it down.
No.
He's going to keep turning it down because he thinks being a faithful is, like it's a badge of honor. You're on a freaking reality show. It's not like you're curing cancer. Get out of here.
I was kind of surprised that she didn't pick CT as the
Too
traitor.
obvious.
I don't think it's obvious, especially like since he's been like really not playing this game like whatsoever. And she seems to have a good bond with him.
That's why it's
ship it.
obvious, Tyler. That's why it's
Yeah.
obvious because he hasn't been playing this game whatsoever. And then if CT goes before Phaedra and flips traitor, and it's obvious he was a recruit, fingers are pointing at Phaedra immediately.
Yeah, that's true. I ship it. I think they would be a cute couple in like a weird way. I don't know. Like
They
they're
do
so
work really well.
opposite. But there's
Mhm.
like some like chemistry there. I don't know. There's something about it.
I agree, but it wouldn't be a good game move.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about going back to the round table of episode 8? Because we had glossed on it, touched on it a little bit, but John and Parvati's conversation where Parvati's crying, John's acting like he's buying it, and then they get to the
Mhm.
round table, and that dude calls that bitch out, and I'm like, I think I was actually doing it.
Yes.
It was actually, I think I was looking at it. Like I got my attention, my ears were up. I was like, yes, little John here.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think like overall, like I'm glad that Parvati went out here. Like I said, like I feel like she was just kind of like a sitting duck. Like I feel like her game was like done, like 2 or 3 rounds ago, right? As Allison's giving the Parvati smiles.
It was done on the Peter move. She should have.
Mhm.
Parvati's and it wasn't the Peter move that damned her. Parvati's mistake in this game was being too close to Dan. And she got
Yes.
too close that she couldn't separate because she very easily could have walked out of that and been like, okay, Peter, you caught someone. It was Dan. Obviously, that's the person. Blah, blah, blah. But she committed to save Dan. She tried to pull both of them out of that trap. And there's no way that both of them were getting out of it. She should have sold Dan out then and moved on.
Mhm.
She got that Dan stench. She couldn't wash her hands of it.
Thick
Yep.
and stanky.
Yeah. Do we have any words about Peter or not Peter? Bergie being murdered?
No,
Nah.
he was sheep.
Not my burgalicious.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but oh well. I felt like you should have, if you truly
I don't
are
think he
trying,
ever was
and
supposed to.
with a kill, I'm trying to do 2 things. Okay? 1, take suspicion off me, and 2, put suspicion on someone else. And
Mhm.
Bergie being someone that was in the get rid of Parvati train, and a lot of the suspicion coming from this power alliance of 5. Like, I want to keep that power alliance of 5 to make people want to vote someone, or 6, however many it is, out of that group. So, like, I don't think I would have killed Bergie there. I probably would have sniped someone like a CT.
Well, it was because of the safety chain. It was only Bergie, Trishelle, and Kate that were available.
Mhm.
to
Then
be
I probably
murdered.
would have sniped Kate.
How many episodes are they doing? It seems like this has gone on longer than last season.
Allison's like, I'm ready for this.
I'm done.
No,
I'm
I'm
done.
just
Is what
like-
I was saying.
But I feel like didn't they release all the episodes at once last year?
I think it was in
Yes,
like
they
3 batches or something like
Okay,
that, right?
that's what
It
it
was
was.
yeah, it was huge chunks.
It
so
was
we were able to
all.
binge
It
them at
was
one
all in the
time.
beginning.
Yeah.
They released every episode day 1, and then aired them weekly on network TV later.
Yeah,
I see. Gotcha.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I
This
remember.
seems like how many episodes did we get? Like 12 or something?
11,
11.
and I think that's including the reunion, so 10.
Because, but
Okay.
Oh, we're getting a reunion?
Tyler, because there's
Yeah.
some strategy in what you were saying, Tyler. And there's 3 people, right? Kate, Trishelle, Fergie. 2 of those are in the and Parvati, technically.
Right.
2 of those are in the Power Alliance. If you let one of them survive again, it looks like you're trying to be Parvati framing someone else in that regards. So, like, I would have easily probably killed Kate there.
Do you think production told them not to take out Kate? Like, I think that they probably considered that, Andrew. I feel like there's a little production hand, like,
What is
stirring the
Kate
pot a
doing
little
while
bit. in
Everybody's
this
she's
tunnel.
in
favorite.
here? Why would you
Here's
take
what-
She
her
doesn't need the
out?
money. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's here for TV.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. No, I don't think that.
Okay.
And here's and y'all can whatever. I am a huge believer that production interference doesn't happen. And it's from how much I saw
show.
them try to keep the hustler true to everything. And how I saw that there are legal contracts binding on this stuff. Guys, they put me in a box this big with music blaring in the hallway because they didn't want me to hear the voice of someone next to me. And so how, and maybe that's game show versus reality show, I don't know. But from how trying to like do things that were probably not even required to keep the integrity of the game intact, I have a hard time buying into it.
No, that makes and you're right, Andrew. Like, you are the one of us that's like been on one of these things, so like your perspective is good and stuff. I just like I feel like there would be some incentive there financially or otherwise, like somehow for like, because I would assume that like bringing Kate back, they have to pay her like a premium to get her back, right? Like, she's gonna be like, if you want me to come back, like you got to write a Dr. Will size check for me. I don't know. I'm just putting on my tinfoil hat. And
I think that there's ways to do that that's more obvious than saying that. Just like let Kate be the only one in a room where there's a shield given away, right? Like, I feel like there's easier ways to make that not look as suspicious than telling someone that then can tell someone, and then there's a lot of legality that comes into play.
yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, let's just say for the challenge that they had to do in episode 8, the cabin, would you have been one of the people that was in the tunnel? Or would
Ooh,
you,
I was thinking about this.
like, who would you be? The person that stays behind or the person that goes in the tunnel? I'm going in the tunnel.
You're going in the tunnel?
I thought about it. I'm going in the tunnel. I want to go in the tunnel. I want to go. I'm little,
what
I'm
about
fast.
Haggis.
Gremlin. Yeah.
Haggis. That's bugs, and then the darts and bugs.
No, wait a minute. I thought the bugs
It's not
were
the bugs.
in the but they're
It's
not
not the
like
bugs.
bad bugs because they can't do that. It's not true.
I'm not getting in the tunnel. I don't do small spaces.
Too, but
And then you turning off them damn lights on me.
yes,
Nope. I can do the bugs. I can do the snakes. I can do the scorpions. You can throw whatever you want on me. You put me in a box. I'm the kind of person that has to see my exit. I've got to know. You can put me in something, but I've got to know how to get out. And you put me in a tunnel and you turn the lights out. Haggis.
But let me ask you, like, Tyler, you're shocked that I said that. Would you want me in the tunnels or would you want me as a caller?
I think you would be a good caller, actually. Like, think about it. Like, you are like the HBIC of this show, and you do a really great job. Handling...
said go to the fucking left.
I was
hear you.
I was expecting for you to say that you would be the caller and you would force me to go down to the tunnel.
You know, I feel like I think Andrew and I could go in the tunnel and I could be
No.
like, you know, like he could be like Luke Skywalker and I could be like Yoda on his back and we could do it together.
No, that's even worse. You put me in a crowded spot and then you get on my back. Oh, you dying.
And I'm in your ear. Somebody ain't
No,
coming
it's
out of
not
that
even
tunnel.
that. I don't do. I'm claustrophobic. I can't do it.
Jackie, what would you do?
So I would have to call Haggis only because I would be a great caller, but you got to do the whole turn off lights, and then Kevin was over there trying to hold the lights on, and then the maggots came. Once we do bugs, I'm done. I
Bugs
can't.
were worse in the cabin than they were in the hole. in the
They were
tunnel.
bad everywhere.
Yeah.
Remember the challenge last year? I think me and Allison would have been great for that cabin challenge last year of just doing stuff and then them throwing bugs real quick. I could have did it because it wouldn't have been dark, and then I wouldn't have had to follow directions on top of it.
Yeah.
I will say I did enjoy this challenge. Like I feel like I come on this show and like poo-poo the challenges a little bit for the Traitors. But this one was fun. Like I enjoy a little like escape the room, like Fear Factor-ish. Trishelle did mention that she did win Fear Factor. I liked that callback from like
Yes.
2004 or whatever. Yeah, I think she was on an
And
episode
what
with
was
like
the
Mike the Miz.
challenge that you had to win? What was that freaking final like, Trishelle? What were you wrestling?
I mean,
A
Fear
flame?
Factor was Allison. Fear Factor was like no joke. That was like before like
I watched
all
Fear
these.
Factor. I know.
That was
They did
before all
bugs
these like
and
contracts that
snakes and-
Andrew
I know, I
mentioned.
would
Like
never do
you
that.
signed your life away for that shit.
They put a
Yeah.
guy's head in a glass case with some tarantulas, and I said, I'll be a prostitute. Even I don't care. I'll hook out. I ain't gonna do that for $1 million.
We should watch like old episodes of Fear Factor for like a watch party or something.
It's on Pluto.
It is.
Pluto.
I just downloaded
Mhm.
Pluto today.
Free with that.
I'm all down with the having them crawl on me and stuff. I ain't eating them.
Yeah, I agree. That's where I draw the line. Like even if it's like a survivor reward where
Nope.
you like eat bugs or like a challenge final, I'm out.
You know,
Can't do
have
it.
you noticed on the challenge they have, and I haven't watched the latest episode because I know there's one more left, so don't say nothing. But have you noticed that they're kind of getting away from eating?
It's because of Tori. For real. Like she made all this like vegan fuss about like not wanting to eat like animals and stuff like that. Even though apparently she's been caught late at night sneaking chicken nuggets out of the freezer while on the challenge. So like her whole like veganism nonsense is like a sham.
Are they meatless nuggets? Are they impossible nuggets?
That is to be determined. I'm not sure, but like it all stems back to like Tori just like doesn't want to do like the gross eating stuff for the challenge, so she like
Tori
makes like
Deal?
a fuss out of it. Yes, of course. That Tori.
I've seen the guy she's dated. She's put some nasty shit in her mouth. She's really gonna go there? Okay.
Yeah, and anything Tori says goes on the challenge because producers love her for whatever fucking reason. So that's my Tori rant of the evening. What?
I don't know. Jackie, are you okay?
Just a lot of really dark, inappropriate.
You know, she was started out on X on the Beach.
Yeah. Yep. I gotta. You know,
No,
this
she
is for
didn't.
children this time, right?
Yes, she was on X on the Beach.
Yes, we are
That's
not.
not where she
We're not for
started.
children, so.
Or are you the one? One of those fucking.
She
She ended up
started.
on.
She started on Are You the One? She started.
But
on
she
Are
was
You the
on
One?
X on the Beach.
Oh yeah. Are you on the?
I
Are
don't say
You
you're not
on-
true, but that wasn't where she started. Don't mess with Tori like that.
I don't.
I'm not a
love
fan of
Tori.
Tori.
I don't like Tori Dill.
I love Tori.
Tori Dill is not a big deal.
I think that's not even her real last name. I think it's
don't
like a.
I think it's a stupid last name if it's fake.
She's a big deal.
Big
Have you guys
deal.
been watching that? Well, speaking of the challenge, have you guys been watching that like docu-series? Home
Not
Turf
yet.
or whatever?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
I really liked Cara Maria's episode.
Does it show like go back and show when she started and stuff? She
It
hasn't
did.
really changed.
She has. They really glossed over her and Abe's relationship though. And I don't know if it's because like Abe is in like a really bad like custody legal battle right now, and it's really not going in his favor.
The reunion when she cheated on him in the back of the bus with one of the twins on the challenge, and they brought Abram on the show like the next episode, and then they had the reunion, and they had to keep Abram in another room with like security. And it was like, I mean, it was crazy. And finally, he came out on the stage, and he couldn't even be sitting close to anybody. And you know, and he was like, one point he was like, Carmen's like, well, I love you. He goes, you don't love me. If this is love, then I don't want it. Yeah, it was so dramatic. It was so good because I felt bad for Abram.
Yeah,
that was a whole fucked up situation. I don't know what their personal life was like. I don't know anything about that. All I know is she came on that season acting like she wasn't with anybody and was making out with guys, and then he shows up and it's like, yeah, we live together in Montana and have horses.
I will say, like, it also gave me a newfound respect for like her relationship with Polly. Like, they kind of work in like a weird way together. Like, I don't hate it. Like, Polly's not my favorite person in the challenge or like whatever, but like their relationship dynamic makes a lot of sense to me.
I bet you Polly's future partner is going to ask Cara Maria to mother their child. That's where it's headed.
I mean, Cara Maria's got good genes, so.
Polly, he is gay as the day is long. I'm not buying it. You need to go ahead and cross completely over. Just do it. Stay BFFs with Cara Maria. I don't give a shit. But that is very suspicious and reeks to me. Love.
Okay.
Convenience.
So this reminds me of my other rabbit hole that I've gone down.
Okay.
No pun intended of rabbit holes.
on Peacock, I am officially obsessed with Couple to Throuple.
Okay, is that
you explain that show to me? I've only seen like tweets about it, but I don't understand.
So
Andrew, I need you to sell this. I need you to use all your debate skills, your communication and education skills.
Do it.
Because hell no.
Get pumped.
So couples that have decided they are interested in experimenting with throuples are put on the beach. So they're interested in becoming, instead of being a couple of two, a couple of three. And so they're put on this paradise villa. And then there's 15 singles to the mix. And it is basically Love Island with couples and throuples. You get to invite someone into your throuple, and then in a week later, you can decide, do you want to stay in the throuple, or do you want to swap it for a different single, or do you want to go back to being a couple for a week to figure things out for your life?
That's like high school.
And when I...
It does not sound like high school relationships.
When I'm saying there is nothing censored. You see the boobies, you see it all. And it's just very, very entertaining. And Jackie B, you owe me 3 episodes.
I owe you 3 episodes. Because did you go watch MILF Manor? Is that why?
Yep. You owe me to watch at least 3 episodes of Couple to Throuple, because
I think I'm
watched
busy
3 episodes
because Survivor's part, and then Deal or No Deal Island, and then
we got to talk about how we're going to handle Deal or No Deal Island, because that is next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we have
that's up to y'all. I will not be here next week. I'm going to be in Japan on vacation.
I just need the thumbnail, but I can make it. I'm not above or beyond making a thumbnail.
I'll make the thumbnail. I will spare my vacation time.
Can we, because we have Survivor on Wednesday, so could we, and we can talk about this after, but could we do like on Tuesday do Deal or No Deal and Traitors together.
Like an NBC roundup.
Ooh. Would it be Peacock? Yeah, NBC Peacock Roundup.
And then later we could maybe not have to do that. But because like I'm filling in for Tyler on Wednesday for Survivor premiere, I can't go Monday, Tuesday. I can't go Monday Traitors, Tuesday Deal or No Deal, and Wednesday Survivor.
I think Allison's got Nate and Henning.
Oh, I've got Nate and Henning on with us
Yeah.
for Survivor.
Oh,
Don't
she
feel
asked
that
me
you have
last
to.
week.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Gotcha.
We got to discuss that. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we'll chat about all this off air. Whatever you guys want to do is totally fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else for the Traitors before we sign off and continue this?
I'm excited to see what Kate brings. But you know, it is Kate Chastain, and I could see her being like, "Hey, I've collected my premium. I'm not being a traitor. Kill me."
Who do we think that Kate's like first target as a traitor would be? Who do we think she wants to murder first?
Peter.
Rachel Riley.
Valid answer.
Yes.
Not on the season.
It carries over.
What? Oh,
Remember
okay.
Rachel had,
God
like,
dang
these-
it. No, I'm tired. Look at me. I'm tired. I've lost it. Oh, God. I have another
I do have a
grandbaby.
little bit of.
Hold on.
Yes, you do have another
Can
grandbaby.
I show a picture?
Allison,
Because
go
not
ahead, talk.
everybody
Yes,
who watches
please.
Survivor.
Please.
Hold on.
I can watch pictures of babies all day, every day.
I'm going to share my screen.
Andrew, have another one so we can have more babies and pictures. You're behind, Andrew.
Here's my grandbaby Archie.
I will. I sure will.
This is Archie. He was born last Thursday. He was actually napping on my chest less than an hour, almost an hour ago. And yeah, so there you go.
So precious, little baby.
He's already perfected the Allison judgment face.
Oh my God,
Yes.
he's got a side eye. I have to say.
Or is he trying to be like Parvati? Is he trying to like do the whole like model face?
Look, this is the. Have you ever looked at someone so stupid you have to squint face? He's
I've
like,
done that a few times tonight.
he's like, I can't with you people. Okay, but yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week at some point for the Traitors Deal or No Deal Island NBC roundup, all that stuff. But we'll see you guys later and take care. Bye bye.